3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to another episode of Questlog. It's a weekly show about video games, old and new. My name is Tyler Everett. This is episode 71, and you're not seeing our faces because Skype is the best. And I'm sorry for any video watchers. We're trying to figure something out, but until then, audio. But joining me, as always, the one, the only Brian Maxwell. How's it going, man?
Good, man. It's a prime number week, so you can't be bringing all this negative energy in.
Shit.
71.
71. And joining you once again is Kat Maxwell.
Hello.
Joining all of us, really.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, Kat. We missed you.
Thanks. It's only been like a month and a half.
I know, but it feels like forever. We've missed you. Missed having you on. And also, Luke Phillips looking all tidied up there.
Yeah, I'm back. Had a few weeks off, but here I am.
It's good to have you back, man. It's good to have all of you back. It's it's 2018, and boy, I'm sure glad video games are around because things aren't ever great without them. But hey, one good thing is cake, right, Brian? You had some cake.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I had tub cake this week.
I don't know what tub cake is, but what I'm picturing in my
Explain.
head is like just a bathtub and you eating cake in it and letting it just kind of fall all over your body while it like sits in water. Seems real
I
weird.
was gonna say.
I was thinking more like a tub of ice cream, but it's cake instead.
Kind of, but it's like layered, and it's like this weird, like he showed me a picture of it, and it's like cake, frosting in the tub.
Yeah, like
it's
someone.
like layered.
So
in
Brian
this
had
tub.
the cake and showed you a picture of it.
Someone brought it to work.
Yeah,
and
it wasn't
it's,
here.
It's like someone made a cake and just dumped it into a
Dumped
plastic
it.
tub and put a lid on it.
Yeah.
It was just the most American
Yeah.
ass thing. It's just like, I don't give a fuck. Just throw my cake in a tub. I'll eat it with a spoon. Don't slice it and put it on a plate. Just give me a fucking pile of cake. And it was amazing.
Oh man, tub cake is best cake. All right, I'll have to add that to my.
It was cookies and cream too,
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
which is his favorite.
So
It's
still
not a-
the most American thing. Did you eat it in your pickup truck while shooting a gun?
I'm afraid not. I'm afraid
Oh,
not.
okay. You should do that next time.
Man, I tried to Google search tub cake.
Yeah, it's probably not a good
That
idea.
sounds
Well,
bad.
no, it's just a
Search.
bunch of cakes that look like hot tubs.
Huh.
It's kind of great.
That is pretty good.
Huh.
Let's try cake in a tub.
This
try
is gonna
that.
lead some bad.
Yeah, I'm just blind to Google
Do you want me to
image
send you a
searching.
picture, Tyler?
Safe search, moderate.
Yeah. Is safe search on? All right. Let's leave that rabbit hole alone. Hey, you know what? What else is new? What else is going on?
I'll tell you what else is going on.
Uh-huh.
I learned a new word this week, and so did you, Tyler.
I did. Is it called
did.
failure?
That's not new.
No. What's the new word?
Apparently, in prison,
Oh shit.
people refer to hands as dick beaters.
Okay. Yeah.
How is this new? This is not new.
That's new to me,
Yeah. I
and I love it.
I didn't know that. Thanks, giant Beastcast. Or wait, no, wait,
Thanks,
no,
Harmontown.
Harmontown. Yeah, Harmontown. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeff Davis.
Raise your dick beaters if
Was it
you've
Jeff
never heard
Davis?
that one before.
No, it was Spencer. Spencer brought that one
Yep.
out. Yeah, everyone should listen to Harmontown. It's pretty good. You know, I'm not trying to like give them free publicity or anything, but it's pretty darn good. Well, hey, enough about Harmontown and dick beaters. Let's talk about some video games that we've been playing. Oh man, you know what, Kat, you haven't been here in a coon's age. Let's
I haven't.
Let's what have you been into? What have you been playing lately?
Well, I picked up a couple things that I've been meaning to. I picked up Persona 5.
Okay.
I picked up, what else was it?
Slime Rancher.
Picked up Slime Rancher finally.
Everyone in the house likes Slime Rancher
Yeah,
now.
and the kids are showing me how to play and what to do, which is kind of cute. I think the biggest one was Sims 4. I bought Sims 4 and pretty much all of the expansions that Abby from Beastcast said to get, the good ones, because everything was half off. And I made a quest log family.
What?
No, you had resisted this for a long time because we were so bought into the Sims 3 like ecosystem because we've spent a lot of money.
I had
Sims
every
3.
expansion for Sims 3. I had tons of downloads, and I had no reason to go away from Sims 3. And I really thought Sims 4 seemed very cartoony and odd. Now, like, don't be mad at me. It's very hard to make likenesses, but I actually had each of your pictures there, like a picture off Facebook, trying to make it similar, but Brian was the only one that ended up looking like him at all.
There was a good reason to go away from Sims 3. That thing was never stable.
Yeah, it would crash on me. I would literally get weeks, months into a game, and then it would just crash. Vito is actually in this one, but by the time I got to Vito, I was so tired. So Vito actually looks more like Mike.
I was going to say, I thought that was Mike.
No, it's Vito, but it looks more like Mike. So, I
can see it.
Yeah. The only thing I dislike about Sims 4 is they changed the way they do the whole, like, village area, and I don't feel like I have as much stuff to go to. And I'm missing the adventures.
It seems like a pretty good sandbox to mess around, though. You've got like this little pod built for us with little beds.
Everyone's got a separate color. Well, in this one too, like, you don't have to make your own rooms. You can buy prefabbed rooms and just drop it down. And that's usually the cheaper option right now when you're building a family and you're dirt poor. So Luke and Tyler work as tech experts. And
no escape.
Nah.
Brian is a
not
writer.
even an alternate reality.
Get out of bed and go to your stupid fucking job.
Kring
is that us over there? Is that what we're doing right now?
Work in business.
Okay, all right.
Because they don't offer like retail stuff in this one, which bugs me. Like, you can't just go get a part-time job. I think I made Brian a writer.
I appreciate that.
I didn't really know what else to give him.
I don't know either. So.
And Kat's a cook.
I have the option to joke about politicians and tell a gross joke. I feel like this is accurate.
Yep. Spot on.
There's only 2 computers in the house right now, and there's not enough. Because everybody wants to sit and game.
That's the motivation to go to work.
Yep.
Is that Kring in the pink shirt?
Yes, I put Kring in a pink shirt, and he's not here. So
he looks a little like Dennis Reynolds in that. Shirt. He'll like that.
He would appreciate that.
This is good, Kat. I think Giant Bomb's doing like this video series called 7 Deadly Sims. Is that what it's called?
13 Deadly Sims.
Aren't they killing them like one by one?
Yeah, they're killing them off. So you should do that.
I'm not killing you guys off.
Just drown me in a pool of my own tears. Is that possible in a Sims?
No.
Well,
you can drown somebody in a pool.
We can pretend they're tears.
We can pretend they're tears.
The old put them in a pool.
Take the ladder away.
Take the ladder out.
Because they can't just get outside because,
I mean, real talk, I would probably have a real hard time getting out of a pool with no ladder. So it's not far from the truth. There you go. Well,
yeah, it's a really fun game. I'm adjusting to in Sims 3, you couldn't sit down and have a multiple conversation with a group, and here you can sit down and anyone can join the conversation, kind of like, normal conversation, which is nice. So it seems real easy to get your social meter up. And I have like probably 4 different families going on right now because you can make your own vet clinic. And I also got the spa because I wanted to be a massage therapist in the game. But that's not possible. You can massage people, but you can't make money doing it. So pretty much
Well,
I
that
was
doesn't
giving
seem
away
right.
free massages. No,
Dang.
thank you.
Dang. Was so is that me at the computer there, or is that Luke? I can't tell right now.
That's Luke.
Okay.
That's
It's
Vito.
it's pretty accurate because like Luke's sitting there trying to work away, and Kring's over there just in his ear, just telling him some bullshit. This is so
Sounds
accurate.
just like work.
Yeah, it's just like real life. So good.
I'm trying to work and people are just trying to bother me.
Well, cool. I'm glad that you gave it a try. It looks like there's a lot of fun to be had in this
There is.
newer Sims. It's pretty good.
It's interesting, but like this family, like our Questlog family, I don't play very often. It's a lot of work to play more than like 3 people. To keep up with everybody.
I used to just build a house, put 8 people in it, and just drown.
Just let them sort it out.
No, I'd micromanage the hell out of everything, and it was actually challenging.
Yeah, they made a lot of good changes from 3 to 4. Now that I've kind of played with it a lot and trying different things out, but I miss being able to have the mod where I could change anything to any color that I wanted, because I like having things that match and look cohesive.
You like to customize your dollies.
I do. I like to have. I do have
relate.
Star Wars stuff in my game, which is exciting. I should have made somebody look like Chewbacca.
If I could get some Star Wars PJs, I'd be all right with that.
I can get you Star Wars PJs.
All right.
And Kring has the pink bed, by the way.
With nail polish. Bwah, bwah, bwah. So who's the neediest person in the house?
Who's the neediest or neatest?
Neediest. Like, who do you have to babysit the most?
I don't think I really have to babysit
Diplomatic answer.
anyone. They're all needy.
Who's the
Easy
biggest
way out.
troublemaker? Who's the one that you have to, like, keep from burning the whole place down?
I don't let anyone cook but me. So.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a smart choice.
Cat cooks and everyone just eats the leftovers. Because I don't want the house to burn down.
That's not a bad
I think
idea.
Kring picked up comedy, so he can do like mischief stuff now.
Yeah.
And
He's trying.
Tyler and Luke are like, because of the tech guru, they're picking up video gaming a lot.
No kidding, huh?
Yep. Yeah, because you have your needs, and then you have that you have to fulfill,
Yeah.
and then you have
Ugly needs.
yes. And then there's your job, and within your job that you have to complete daily tasks now, which is something different. Like it might be just, hey, go on the computer and work from home and do what you're supposed to do, which congratulations, guys.
Yes.
That's what you can do.
More of that.
Some of it's just video gaming. Oh, and we have a tablet right by the TV.
Oh,
Art
good.
imitates life.
Yep.
So good. Well, cool. Glad it's working out for you, and I can't wait to hear about the other antics that our Questlog family gets up to, because that seems pretty great.
Yeah, I'll have to record more, because there's not just cooking in this one, you can bake now as well. And depending on what mood your sim is in, like if they're flirty, you can suddenly make flirty cookies in the oven.
Huh.
What's a flirty cookie?
Good question.
I mean,
Yeah, it's like heart.
I know how I'd make a flirty cookie for you,
cookies.
and it wouldn't be
No one's
heart-shaped.
really flirty in our family, though.
Oh, that's the one part that doesn't sound right then.
Yeah, I mean that would be kind of weird. It would get those options are limited, Luke, and it would get kind of weird fast. So it's probably a good thing. That's probably a good thing. Well, good shit. Hey, Brian, what have you been up to, man? What have you been playing?
You're not gonna believe this. I have been playing Darkest Dungeon.
No way.
Yes.
This is a new title for you, right?
Yeah, right. First time, huh?
I'd like to regale you with a tale of woe.
Oh,
Sort of the
ruin has falling out.
The stereotypical Darkest Dungeon experience, if you will.
Sure, yeah.
I was doing a level 5 dungeon, which they're like 1, 3, and 5. So the level 5 dungeons where the difficulty really ramps up. I decided I was going to go after a boss. And like before I tell you this, I need to tell you there are a couple of, like, there are 2 main healers in the game. There's the Vestal.
Mm-hmm.
She's just regular old, like, she heals for like 8 to 10 damage. She's, you know, that's her jam. And then there's the Occultist, who heals for like 0 to 30.
Okay.
And he's got a chance of inflicting a bleed status whenever he heals someone. It's a low chance, but it's a chance.
Mm-hmm.
So I gear up for this level 5 dungeon. The very first encounter I have, my shield, was it the shield breaker? My shield breaker gets critted, then she gets hit again. She's at death's door, which means like any damage could kill her. So I heal her with my Occultist. I heal her for 0. She gets the bleed status on her.
Oh no.
Her turn's next, she dies. Takes damage from the bleed. So it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
we're going on this long journey, we're going to kill this thing. You know, we pack up, we get in the car, we drive into a tree at the end of the block, turn around and come back home. It's just like, well, nope, leave the dungeon, fail the quest.
Uh-huh. Okay.
That's late game Darkest Dungeon in a nutshell.
Nice. Wow.
But I also finished the game this week.
Mm-hmm.
Today.
Oh shit.
Finally.
I feel a tap next to me.
Yep.
And I was like, what? And I look over and endgame stuff. What?
Yep.
Yo. That's awesome. Yeah, you were posting pictures from the hangout, or from that run in the hangout, and I was like,
Right.
snap. Yep, this is looking like the run. This is gonna be the one.
Now,
Yeah.
this was your actual, like, legit first time being in the game, wasn't it?
Yes. Because the game hits a real nasty difficulty spike late in the game, and that's usually the point where I just get frustrated with it, and then I come back later and I'm just like, I'm going to start again.
You've got, like, how many hundreds of hours in this game?
3.
Wow.
3 of the hundreds.
That's
impressive.
awesome, man.
And I'm not going to stop playing it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I've been getting into mods, and that's given the game a lot more life.
Unless it wrecks your game.
this is
Well,
this
and
is your
like Steam
Skyrim.
Workshop's a thing now, so it doesn't.
It
like,
doesn't, that's
Yep, I
good.
just click a couple buttons and
Oh, it was heartbreaking. You're like, oh, my game's not working.
yep.
Yeah, the mods. Some of the mods are so well done. Like the character mods
The art.
specifically. Like
Yeah.
when they can just totally, like, you showed me that. I think it was the werewolf class that they
Yep.
added. It looks
What?
dead on. Like they used the exact same right outlining and shading and stuff. Like they did a really good job with that.
The Abomination character model, and you know, it's a woman what turns into a werewolf.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I played this game a bit, but it stresses me out. Like,
Same.
it stresses me out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. I played a little bit on my own and then a little bit with Brian, and it's just like there's so much going on, and it.
Yeah, it makes me panic.
Hold fast or expire.
You know, and it's like I can't undo the part of my brain that says like, well, fix up your guys. These are your guys. Like, you know, when they come back just insane and kleptoing stuff and all these problems. Like I go and fix them up, and I keep reading online. They're like, no, just toss them, get new ones. Like I can't
I do the same thing, Tyler. I don't ditch people. I take them home and fix them.
Yeah, I take them home and fix them too. That's not a thing. People like just toss their people out.
It's more efficient sometimes to just be like, this one's broken.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's actually one of the dialogue lines when you boot someone out. The narrator is like, what does he say? Suffer neither the wounded horse nor the broken man.
yeah, there you go.
What's the one dude that screams things at you?
Oh god, yeah. One of the enemies you face, he's like a guy in a straitjacket.
That guy is terrifying.
Yeah, stress through the roof.
Yes.
It's, you know, someone who's a madman who's screaming at you like, you know, like he knows things.
Yeah, the way he talks is terrifying.
Yeah, it's this like muffled scream.
I think that's when I put the controller down and I just looked at Brian and I was like, what did you do?
What are we playing right now? Yeah. That is cool though. I'm glad you finished it because like don't know. Had you watched the ending before? Have you ever? Wow, that's so cool. That's so cool. You shared a YouTube clip of the ending, and I watched it because I'm never going to finish it on my own. And it's well
real
done.
Lovecraft, like a real Lovecraftian, right to the end.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Victory, such a hollow word.
Yep. Ruin. Best word that he says. Anyway, good stuff, man. What else you been playing?
I bought No Kuni 2.
Yeah, you mentioned that last week. You got your toes into it. What do you think?
I played the first one and never finished it. This one's real good. It gets away from a lot of what the first one did. Like the combat's pretty different in this one. It's a real, anime action RPG.
It's so cute.
It's cute. It's often cute.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of puns. There's a lot of light and silly stuff to it. I tell you, like the way this game opens, though, like, okay, at the very beginning of the game, like it's a cutscene you're watching where you are like watching the president, apparently of the United States or something like that. Like it's a dude riding in a limo,
okay, all right.
towards a city, like in a motorcade, and you see a rocket flying past you, over the car and into the city, and there's a big explosion, and he gets thrown from the car and he passes out. And then he wakes up, like, in this castle, like in a throne room with this, with this kid. And he's like, "Hey, kid, where am I?" And the boy's like, "Don't you talk to me. I'm the king. What are you doing here? Guards." And he runs to get the guards. So you follow him, and he's like, "Guards, seize this man." And the guards are like behind the kid, and the guards like pull out their swords like they're gonna attack the kid. And the president pulls a pistol out and fucking shoots him.
The kid?
No, the guards.
The guards. Oh, God.
Like, what the fuck is happening here? Like, there's a dude with a gun shooting people in my happy little Japanese RPG game.
Yeah. Yeah, with the little creatures following you around and stuff. You got guns and stuff, too. Okay.
They're so cute.
They are little Higgledies.
Higgledies.
Little Higgledies.
Little Higgledies.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Can I have a Higgledy?
I learned 2 words this week. You're doing work with your dick
Japanese
meters
games
to the
ever make
Higgledies.
sense?
In their own little closed way, yes.
I don't know.
They're like Pikmin, kind of.
Like who?
Pikmin.
Oh, Pikmin.
Jesus Christ, Luke.
They do look like
I know
Pikmin.
a Pikmin.
They do look like Pikmin.
Yeah.
Little creatures, just little sprites that are following you around, helping you out, doing things for you.
Yeah. There's a lot of systems that work in this game. And,
Yeah.
you get different kinds of little Higgledy mans following you around.
They look like little flowers to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pikmin.
There's a kingdom building element to the game, like where you're like establishing a new kingdom.
Okay.
You're building buildings, and you're attracting villagers, and the villagers work in the different buildings, and you build an armor shop to get new kinds of armor and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of Suikoden, an old PS1 RPG. There's a similar thing where you had an army of people and you built a castle, and some people you recruited to your army were fighters, and some were like, "I'm going to build an elevator so you can go stop using the stairs in your castle, and I'm going to run the kitchen in your castle."
Man.
So it's that kind of.
That seems good. A lot of things to manage. A lot of villagers to village and buildings to build, and
I swear the main character is female every time I see him, but it's just like...
He's an effeminate boy with kitty ears.
Yeah.
They don't address it. I don't know why he has kitty ears. There are kitty people and rat people and people.
You told me you knew why he did when I asked.
Oh, maybe I just lied. I don't remember. I don't know.
Jerk.
Or maybe I've just forgotten.
Yeah, there you could be. So the
There's
main
a lot of
character is
systems
not the one that you're running around as?
You can choose which character to control.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That's cool.
There's some like army battles that are like where it actually plays kind of like Pikmin, where you've got little squads of people following you around on a map, and you crash them into the enemy armies. And that part's not super well done. It feels real messy and chaotic to me, and I've failed a couple of those where I'm just like, this isn't the game I wanted to. This isn't what I bought. Just
It's Brutal Legend all over again.
I connected those dots too, where I'm just like, wait, what? Why am I doing this now?
I like swinging my sword. I like higgling my Higgledies, and
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to have to like manage an army here. That's how I felt when I played that game.
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
You got one that looks like a child's drawing of Bart Simpson. It has like the spiky head and like just a weird cartoon mouth. One of your Higgledies down there.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things going on, but the game's got a real nice cartoon look. It's nice to play something that's lighthearted, and your people are there to try to put an end to evil and war, and there's, I don't know, it's nice to play something that's trying to be wholesome and good.
It's got a message of hope. Yeah, that's good. Good stuff. I mean, aside from the president shooting children or whatever he did at the beginning of the thing.
Yeah, I was surprised at that beginning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could be worse. Never mind. I'll leave that one alone.
That was worse, Tyler.
The joke writes itself.
Yeah, it's fine. Hey, Luke, speaking of messages of hope, what have you been playing this week?
I have been playing Far Cry 5.
Oh, and none a more uplifting message than the message of Far Cry 5, which is...
There's a message in it?
I don't know. I was hoping that there would be and that you would tell it to me.
No, you can't set me up for something like that. I'm prepared, man. I mean, I was hoping you're going for the, Hope County.
Oh, shit. Yo, man. Whoosh. Missed that one.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's okay.
No, Far Cry 5 came out. I'm going to tentatively say it's the best Far Cry. Because it's real good.
All right.
It's got the best intro I've played for a Far Cry so far, where how in BioShock Infinite, when you kind of get to Columbia and everything's all like super religious and bright and happy?
Yes.
This intro is super religious, dark and depressing.
Okay. All right.
So you start off actually trying to arrest this cult leader, and then all hell breaks loose. And then from there, it turns out that most of the county is under control of this cult, and you have to systematically take it down outpost by outpost. Combat feels really good. The guns are awesome, but there's not a whole lot of variety to them. And everything is just really good.
Oh my god, that looks so much fun.
It's an absolutely gorgeous game. They've just really captured the look and feel of Montana.
That's the thing I'm most impressed with looking at it, is like most of the Far Cry locations so far have been like kind of exotic. It's a lot of jungles, a lot of islands, a lot of kind of like that tropical jungle setting. Even the mountains, the Himalayan mountains was kind of like that. This has a very different look to it. Like it's all much more muted tones, and a lot of green forests and brown fields.
Yeah, lots of greens and browns.
Yeah, but I like it. I think it looks really good.
It's a nice looking game.
There's the mineral hot springs that are in that area around Yellowstone and everything that
cool.
In June I went out there to see, and I ran into one of those today, and it mimics like the look and feel perfectly. So much that like it brought back all those memories of visiting Yellowstone, and I swear like I could almost smell the sulfur that would come off of it.
Wow, that's cool.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, so
cool.
Here you'll see me attempting to take over this outpost, which I get detected pretty early on, so I just kind of give up and then restart the mission, and I eventually get it. They
You tagging people there in some way?
Yeah, you have to go through and you kind of tag all the people, you scout it out, and then after you'll have an idea of where I think everyone is, I'll go through and start taking them out one by one. You'll see the towers there, the alarms. If you're detected, they'll run to those, trigger an alarm, and reinforcements will come in. And it's best to avoid that.
Oh, just like Tomb Raider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one thing that Far Cry has been notorious for is the like the towers, like the radio towers you have to go through and unlock in an area.
Mm-hmm.
That's in like Ubisoft.
Yeah, it's an Ubisoft
staple,
thing. It's an Assassin's Creed.
And Assassin's Creed, yep.
So they've actually did away with it this time. And it's funny, you start out on a little tutorial island, and you have to climb this radio tower, and there's this guy talking to you. You're climbing up, and I was like, oh, right, here we go again. You'll probably tower 1 of 30 that I'll have to do in this game. And he jokes, and he's like, yeah, this will be the only one I'll make you do this time. So he kind of broke the fourth wall. And yeah, they removed the towers in this game.
So
doing it constantly.
So do you not have to like reveal new areas of the map? Is it just all open, or how does
It's
that work?
all open from the beginning, and then once you move into an area, it opens up on the map.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's just all kind of grayed out until you get there.
That's cool. They've changed. I mean, I played Far Cry 3. I played Blood Dragon. Played a little bit of 4, but didn't finish it. Skipped Primal, but I heard that this is the first one where they kind of revamped the whole crafting and progression systems in the game.
Yes.
So, do you like the changes that they've made, or do you feel like it streamlined it, or?
Yes, I actually really do like it. Before you would have to hunt down like X Panthers so you could get their pelts, and that would increase your wallet size so you carry more money on you.
X Panthers are like the X-Men, but not as
Fallen Panthers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
X is in like an arbitrary number.
Right, I know.
Yeah, it just didn't really make a whole lot of sense. It just always felt like, all right, in order to get to this next step, I need to go hunt this one particular animal for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, you can still hunt animals and collect their pelts, but you just sell them for money, which lets you obviously buy guns and ammo and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't it like a perk system now where you have to do like, get 10 kills with the pistol and
Yep. So the previous
bears.
games had an experience type system where you would level up and get a perk every time you leveled, and that would let you progress your character. This one is, yes, it's a challenge-based system. So 10 headshots, you'll get somewhere between 1 to 3 points for your talent tree. And yeah, there's a whole list of them. That's, for fishing, hunting, different guns, running people over. So I like it that way. The only downside is like I don't really use a whole lot of shotguns, so if I want to get the perks for the shotgun, I have to go through and switch to a play style that I don't really want to necessarily use. But overall, it seems very smooth. I'm getting lots of perks just playing along, so
usually when games do that, I end up finding a play style that I actually enjoy, at least, somewhat, that I wouldn't have considered. Like Monster Hunter had me changing out different weapons. I'm just like, I actually kind of like that one that I never wanted to try.
Yeah, I think that's good too. It's one of those things that's jarring at first because, especially if you're used to the old way, it can feel like, oh well, I just want to like do the game, get the XP, and then get that perk, because then I'll like using shotguns. Like once I have that perk, then it'll be worth it. But this way, it makes you actually like, try it out and see before you just unlock everything. That's kind of cool. I like that.
Yes, I mean, so far it's been very smooth, getting adapted to that system. So no problems with it.
One of the big criticisms so far is like the messaging and like the marketing around the game leading up to it looked like it was going to have, some hot takes, some things to say about, the current political climate in our country and that sort of thing. Do they, so far, have they touched on any of that, or not really?
So when it all came out that this was taking place in the U.S. and more of a conservative area with cultists, I think everyone just assumed that it was going to be very political and they're trying to make a statement.
Mm-hmm.
And they never really came out and said they were trying to do that. And in this game, they're not.
Like their very first showing up, they were like, you know, hey, we got some shit to say. I think they like kind of started off hot and then they pulled back from that.
Well, I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. I didn't take it that way at all.
The first image that we saw of the game was the recreation of the Last Supper with this cult leader and dudes with AK-47s and a guy with the word sinner carved into his back, and, you know, like American flags, but with this iron cross replacing the stars and stuff. Like, it was a pretty eye-catching, it was an eye-catching graphic, and everybody who saw that went like, oh shit, they're this is different. This isn't just, you know, random Polynesian dictator guy we're taking down here. This is like, just, you know, one of our people that we're gonna have to go mess with. I don't know,
our own dictator.
Yeah,
at about 10 hours in, I've never once been, oh wow, that was really topical. Like, oh wow, they're really trying to say something here.
So what are they, like, beyond just a religious cult? Like, why do we need to take these people down? What's the game's, like, you know?
They're the motivation.
Bad people. Why? How do you know they're bad?
Because the game told you they were bad.
Okay, because they're shooting at them. Yeah. I saw you handling a shovel wielding madman that got up after getting shot 16 times with an automatic
Yeah, that's what I was
weapon.
gonna say. He got hit a couple times.
What's like, are they making mutants out here? What's the deal?
There's 3 main areas which are controlled by the 3 main lieutenants of the cult leader.
Okay.
And I'm in Faith's area. And she is basically the drug dealer of the group. So there's a lot of like poppy fields around here. They make a drug called Bliss, which
that was one of the
amps up whoever takes it.
Like Ubisoft said that they had, you know, like people who were experts in like cults and cultist behavior, you know, help them work on the game, and then they've got, you know, the cultists that are using mind control drugs, and that's how they're.
Gotcha.
It just seems like, hey, we're taking this seriously. Oh well, here's a mind control drug. Done.
So yeah, all right.
I see you, Ubisoft.
It's at times it's very, you know, tongue in cheek though. This is like any other Far Cry games. Is it kind of knows that it's not super serious. Like earlier you mentioned Blood Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, earlier today I came across a mission to where there was a guy making a Blood Dragon movie. Yeah, okay. It was called Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. And it had all the different, you know, some of the different props from the game. It had the music playing in the background, and you had a mission to, you know, basically clear out the area of cultists so they could continue their movie.
Nice.
And they also poked fun at the Far Cry movie that came out like, oh god, it was like 7 years ago or something, directed by U-Bowl. Just that train wreck of a movie.
Oh no.
So
I didn't even know that existed, but
yeah, it's awful. They poke fun at themselves. They poke fun at
I like
a lot of different stuff. So
I've never played a Far Cry game, but I get a little bit of the same vibe that I get from like Grand Theft Auto, where it's trying to be satire.
Yes.
Or is it just to a lesser degree, maybe?
That's probably a good way to put it.
I don't know, man. Like I really dug I really dug Far Cry 3's story. Like you're a shitty, like, party bro asshole that's just on vacation in this area, taking drugs, partying, not giving a shit. And I was like, wow, these guys suck. Like during the intro, and that dude gets plopped into, you know, the middle of this like revolution, resistance, war thing, and, you know, gets to see like, yeah, people don't like you. People don't actually like when Americans show up in their countries and just treat everybody like the help and don't give a shit about anything that's going on. And yeah, it was kind of like a cool, I mean, you're still, you know, shooting tigers with a rocket launcher and shit, but like it had some stuff to say, and I think it handled it in a kind of a neat way. So I don't think they're completely just, you know, devoid of any kind of serious message or anything like that.
Well, like,
but you are still shooting tigers with, you know.
I've never played one, so
yeah. But it is more about like, here's a group of dudes and let's take them down in the most badass way I can. Like that's really what the game play is about.
Yeah, speaking about that, they did take away one feature that kind of upsets me. Is the takedowns in 3 and 4, you'd always kind of like pull out a knife and you'll stab them in the heart or something. They took that out in this game.
Oh.
Instead, you just like punch them in the face and they go down.
No, man, that was my favorite part. I just run dudes through with a dagger or whatever. That was so cool.
Yeah, they took that out.
His neck.
Yeah, I stabbed his neck, but it's no dagger through the heart. Come on.
Yeah. Less messy though.
If I pay extra, can I get a dagger?
Like, well, upcoming DLC.
Yeah, maybe a DLC.
Please. Yeah.
But they did release a full map editor with this, with assets from Far Cry 3, 4, Primal, I think Blood Dragon, Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs. It's like all the major Ubisoft games over the last few years. They have the assets for it in the map editor.
So people are going to make some ridiculous shit with that, and that's going to be really cool.
So all that can be published online and played through Arcade, I think it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems really cool.
Be interested to try that out. I hear the co-op is really good. Hint, hint.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on my list. If you see it on sale, I'm interested.
You guys gonna get your 45 minutes of co-op in on this one?
Yep, it'll happen.
45 minutes and never play it again. It'll be great.
Happen. Well, you know what? Speaking of co-op, it only takes one person to sail a sloop, but it's much better with two. Wouldn't you agree, Luke?
Yeah, it takes two to sloop.
Yeah. It's a two-man ship, and you can do it alone, but it's not as fun. So, Sea of Thieves. We've been playing some Sea of Thieves, man. How far did you get, Luke? What are you with the different factions?
Oh, I'm still single digits with all of them.
Okay, all right.
But I had a chance to play all that much. But
pretty water.
Oh, the
well,
water's
we played the other day, and that was pretty fun. We did some stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. We did get a little time in, and we managed to get to an island, start searching for some treasure, and another dirty old sloop came up, trying to mess with our stuff, and we had to put him down there with Poseidon, and send him down to the darkest depths of the ocean. It was good. You guys were. I was trying to be quiet. I was playing and trying to keep quiet. It was the quiet times, and you guys were like, I think they're on the other side of the island, and I didn't want to say anything because also proximity chat was on. I didn't want to give myself away, but I was on the other side of the island and could confirm there was they were getting off their boat and heading ashore, and I managed to kill both of them. Like as soon as they hit the sandbar, I took them both down and then got in their ship and started driving it away, and then you guys started chasing it. It was awesome.
That's right, because we were on the galleon.
Yeah, we were three man at that time. Yeah, Spring was with us, and yeah, man, it's so cool. Like everyone keeps complaining because there isn't a whole lot of like developed content to do. There's not like a story. There's not a real great variety of quests. It's a lot of the same stuff, but it's those emergent gameplay moments that happen when you're on one of those normal quests that, I don't know, that make up all the stories of the game. It's pretty.
Yeah, because didn't you like stay on their boat and kill them like 3 times over or something?
I mean, yeah, I didn't want to like toot my own horn too much.
Yeah, I got you. I'll toot you.
Yeah, I killed both of them 3 times by myself. Yes.
I loved watching your video before when those people were pursuing you and you like got into their ship, took their treasure, and sunk their boat. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good. There's a lot of those little moments. Usually we've been on the defensive, but lately when Kring and I have been playing, we've been taking it to some people that we found out there as well.
Yeah,
I'm not always the hero.
I heard during one of the gameplay that like Kring was upset he had a sword instead of a gun or something like that because he thought he was going to see more sword play in the game.
Yeah,
that was kind of cool.
Yeah, we I don't know, man. It's a lot of, it's like you said, Luke, pirate shenanigans on the open seas.
Pirate shenanigans.
That's what I'm showing up for.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got some boat paint today, Luke.
Yeah, some boat paint. What color?
I went with the Sea Dog variant. It's like a dark brown with some green. Looks real good.
You can paint your boat.
You can buy like boat skins. All the things that you buy in the game with gold are like customizable. So it's outfits, different looking swords, different looking guns, and then you also, there's like different skins for the boat. You can change the sails, the paint, the figurehead that's on the front, like by the bow of the ship. Yeah, so it's not cheap either. Boat paint apparently is a rare commodity in the Sea of Thieves. Pigments are hard to come by because it's like 70,000 gold to buy paint for your ship, and you know, like the missions that you're doing are giving out 2, 3, 400 gold. Sometimes you get a really good one and it's like 2,000, but like,
wow,
it takes a minute to save up for them. But yeah, man, I just want to be on a boat. That's all I want to do. It's been the only game I played this week. And I don't feel bad about it because it's so good.
Yeah, it's one of those games that's fun with other people that you can chat with, but I tried getting into a few random groups and a lot less failures than success in that category.
Yeah, I've had some.
Microsoft app is awful for
Why is
using
that?
to voice chat or anything. There's no microphone options that I can find.
I haven't had any trouble with mine.
Oh.
Huh. That's weird. Well, we can troubleshoot it later because I've got plenty of things to fix. So we can add that to the list. Sure, it's fine. Put a ticket in. Yeah, we'll get that all sorted out for you. Yeah, I've jumped in with some randoms and had very mixed results as well. One group that I got into was just about to start a skeleton fort, and I got in with them. I'm like, oh yes, like finally I get to see what one of these looks like, and we did it. And they were really good, but they were like just getting ready to log off for the night after that. So we got the treasure back, managed to sell it all, great success. But then those guys left, so I was like, well, I'm still looking to go. I queue up for another one, get put in another group, and this time it's 2 guys who know very much what they're doing, and 1 guy who has literally never played the game before. So he was brand new. He's just running around the ship and trying to figure out what's going on. And I'm kind of going through the basics of like, okay, yep, down below deck, you got a place to customize your pirate. You got an ammo thing. You can change out your guns, all that stuff. We come back up above deck, and I see the water start turning black around the ship.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. And this music starts playing, and sure enough, yep, Kraken shows up. And I'm like, well, welcome to Sea of Thieves, man. Go grab some cannonballs and come back up, because we're throwing you right into the wolves here. It's happening right now. So he got to see quite a bit.
I still have not seen a Kraken.
Well, let's wrap this show up, Luke, and we can go Kraken hunting here in a little bit. No, it's pretty cool. The Kraken fight's fun. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, man. Getting into that Sea of Thieves. Pirate times. Well, hey, let's talk about some news. We don't really have a whole lot of news, but here's the thing for it. 2019's got some game releases for April. Anything super exciting for you guys on this list?
It's a pretty short list compared to most months.
Yeah, we're in kind of the Q. What is this? Q1? I don't know. Q1 lulls here.
Yeah, we're at the end. Yep.
But yeah, Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Is that that's an
probably
expansion?
end up with that. I'll probably end up with that at some point because those Baldur's Gate-esque games, I've got a track record of being attracted to them, buying them, playing them for 20 or 30 hours, and never finishing them. So, I plan to add this to that list of failure.
Got
Yeah, I never did finish Divinity.
Me neither.
You guys were hot on that for a good minute there.
Yeah, I took like a week off and then just couldn't jump back into it.
It's hard to go back to.
You know what? I didn't
I also
mention
got like 50 hours, so I'm not complaining too loud.
I kind of feel the same with the old WoW. To be honest, I was banging that drum real hard, and then Sea of Thieves happened, and I'm just like, I don't think I can get back into that. Not right now, anyway. I'll definitely be checking it out once the expansion hits later in the year, but for right now, I'm kind of done with it.
Different kind of multiplayer experience.
Yeah. Yeah. We got Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. Got some Total War Saga, Metal Max Xeno. I don't know what that is. God of War, though. Oh, man. That comes out on the 20th.
Yep, I'm going to pick that up.
That's, yeah.
It looks good.
It looks like the best damn God of War game they've ever made. That's a high mark.
If I'm not mistaken, that along with Horizon Zero Dawn are making you wish you had a PS4.
Correct. Those aren't the only things, too. That Spider-Man game that's coming out looks really, really good.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of those things that I wish that I had. I forgot to mention, I played my Xbox a little bit today to try Sea of Thieves on there, and boy, was I disappointed with that. Like, I have just an original like launch Xbox One. I don't have one of the fancy S's or one X's. Like the frame rate was garbage. The controls were arguably worse. Like, I don't know. It was, load times were god awful. Like, I was looking at a PS4 Pro the other day. Like, man, if I could find a way to do that, I would do that. But yeah,
Yep, there's a handful of real good games on there.
The Switch is getting Labo. Labo's coming the same day as God of War. So really,
I was looking for the robot one for my son. Our son.
I think we'll end up with some form of Labo at some point because, like, once a week, Levi would be like, "Hey, when's that cardboard thing out? Do we have that yet? Is that, can you get that?"
Yeah.
Yeah, they could figure out origami for the Switch before they could figure out the Virtual Console.
Still bitter about that Virtual Console. Yeah.
I don't
know.
happening.
Does that worry you at all, though, Brian? Like, hey, kids, make a cardboard thing that moves around and stick your Switch in it. Your $300 Switch. Just put it right in there.
We'll see. like a lot of it's the Joy-Cons.
Okay.
And not the actual tablet itself. I'm a little better about that. I don't want to put my, Switch screen in a thing and be like, "Here, go play."
Right.
I know how that goes, but I think the tech that they're using for it, like the infrared sensors in the Joy-Cons, I think that's really neat. I think people are going to come up with some real mind-blowing stuff.
That's cool. And hopefully that's easy to, like, download people's creations and stuff and get, like, blueprints and whatever for it.
Yeah,
so
I think they're supposed to make those available, so like if you fuck up your cardboard, you can just, print up some blueprints and, trace it on your own cardboard, cut it out. And...
That's cool. Very cool. And then, got Adventure Time and South Park, Fractured But Whole, coming to the Switch. Cool stuff, coming in April. Get it while it's hot. Hey,
my Switch is still something that I admire in the abstract, but I haven't had a compelling reason to pick it up and use it since I finished Mario Odyssey. Like, there's a stream of like, that's a really good indie game that I already have, on the PC.
Yeah, I agree.
Great for other people.
There was an update that came out a couple days ago, or I only installed it a couple days ago. It might have been out for a while, but the picture for it had like a Twitter and Facebook logo, and then like arrows pointing down to the Switch, and I was like, oh shit, like we're gonna get. I mean, like, not that I'm dying to tweet from my Switch, but I just thought like, oh, that'd be cool to be able to actually share stuff directly from it and like manage the post, because you can tweet pictures from it, but it's like it's really hard to mess with. You can't read any of the rest of your timeline. You can't see it. As soon as you post it, it's like, hey, to view this, go to Twitter on your mobile device or your computer. And I'm like, I have a device connected to the internet right now. Can't I just go there now? But it turns out that it's not that. It's they're just going to allow you to get suggested friends that they scrape from those platforms to show up to add to your friends list. Yeah.
Send them your friend codes.
Send them your friend code. You'll see them
download
right there.
the app and you'll be off.
Yeah. It's just another case of like, wow, I expected nothing and I'm still disappointed. Nintendo, thank you. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. There's still a Hollow Knight on the horizon somewhere coming for a Switch. There's some other games I'm
happy for other people.
Curious.
Good.
Yeah. Am I curious about it? Hey, we got one of these to talk about this week, so I'm just gonna drop this right here. It's a topic. It is a topic, and the topic this week is: do you spend money on microtransactions / DLC? Why or why not? What do you want from DLC? Take it away, Maxwell's.
I do. My Sims has a ton of DLC, and I will buy it when it's like half off. Right now, I have all of the what was the categories?
Yeah, The Sims is real weird. Like they've got what is it, expansions?
They have expansions,
stuff packs, and then like there's a third category. They're like like expansions are like full on. Hey, there's new areas, there's new careers, there's new game elements, and then like stuff packs are like, here's some new sweaters and tables and trees and. I can't remember what the third one is. Like the third one's something between, but
in between.
They've got a shit pot of DLC for The Sims. They always have.
But they, when it's half off and I'm working a lot, I'll eat it up, whatever I want, because I love having a variety of jobs. But that's what The Sims is. I mean, the more variety you have with that, the better the game is. Other games, I have to really, really like something to spend money on it. Yeah. Like, I play a lot of those stupid, like, Candy Crush and stuff. Will never spend money on that kind of stuff.
Right.
I would say maybe like they had a cross thing where, Monster Hunter World, you could make Horizon Zero Dawn stuff. If I could get like cross-section games, like that kind of stuff in other games, I might spend money in it, but The Sims I think is the only one I've dropped a ton of money on.
I think so. That's like The Sims is almost more of a system than just a game. I don't think many people get into The Sims and then don't buy anything else for it.
Mm-hmm.
There's not been a lot of like microtransaction-y stuff that I've done other than Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
That I would probably say that I was closer to a whale than, anything that I spent a lot of money on skins for that game.
I think the last time I looked, it was at like $113 or something like that for me, which we played the bejesus out of that game for more than 2 years, so I don't feel bad about that. Like, it was a free game, so like I'm a little bit more inclined to give money when it's a free game or when it's like a cheap game that I really like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to give the devs an extra $10. Give me a way to do that. Oh, you're selling a soundtrack? Cool. I will buy your soundtrack. Here's some more money.
Yep.
I paid extra for the Life is Strange as well to get like the extra stuff, like where you can change clothes and
the deluxe edition.
Yeah, same thing with Persona 5. Like we can change clothes in there, and
Yeah, it always depends for me. Like DLC is a tricky thing because I don't know. Like when it launches with the game, a lot of people get mad. Like, oh, they're just they're just breaking the game up and selling it to me in pieces. This is bullshit. Why am I not getting the whole thing? But Like after I've finished a game, especially if it's like a single player story game, I don't know that I want to come back to it 6 months later and like, oh, here's here's some extra shit we're gonna bolt onto it. It's like, no, I finished that. I don't really want to jump back into it now. So
That's always been my problem too.
it's a hard line to walk.
I've gotten DLC for Dishonored, Fallout, Skyrim. It's like anytime I've finished the game and gone back to the DLC, it's like it's just hard to get into it. It's like, I've beat this game already. I've
Right.
explored all the content that I really need from it. It's hard to jump back into it.
You're out of that headspace.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
So,
same
like-
thing for you with Horizon Zero Dawn. Like we bought the Frozen Wastes
Frozen
DLC,
Wilds, yeah.
Frozen Wilds, and like you'd finished the game, and I think you loaded it up and played it, and
I
said,
played
"Oh,
it.
that's the new area," and then
Yeah, and then I don't think I have not picked it up again.
yeah,
I've only done that with one game that I can remember, and it was Shadow of Mordor. They released a Bright Lord DLC for it, like months and months and months after, and by the time it had come out, like I was finally done with the game. Tried to get back into it, and it was that kind of same thing of like I just don't really feel this anymore, and
Done.
plus like you're playing as a different character and has a whole different set of skills, and the difficulty had been ramped up a lot on it, so it was
Gotcha.
just it was
couldn't
like
ease back into
it was
it.
almost a different game, with the same systems and stuff. I think Blood Dragon was kind of like that for Far Cry 3. Like that was I think they actually packaged that as its own standalone game.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a standalone.
But it took place in the same, game space and same systems and all that. It was still built on Far Cry 3. And I played a good hour or two of it, but never finished it. But most of the time, like, I'm thinking back of, like, Oblivion DLC, I ate all of that up.
me too.
Every single bit of that I could get, and I played it to completion. Like the Shivering Isles and Order of the Nine. I can't remember. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, I think that's right. That's one of the few games on the Xbox where I think I got like 1250 out of 1250 for the for the achievements. It's just like, yep, I will buy the expansions and eat all that up too.
I did the same for Skyrim, and with mods, like,
Yep.
Skyrim's easily over 1,000 hours for me. So I would buy DLC today if they released new DLC for Skyrim that was actually like story content and new systems and stuff.
That's,
You mean not a re-release?
Right. But yeah,
that's kind of me in Darkest Dungeon. Like they released 2 paid DLCs for it, Crimson Court and then the Shieldbreaker character, which a lot of people complained about because it was $4 for a new character class. Like I thought that was a good price, and I would buy characters for $4 all day long from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the Crimson Court was a real mixed bag. Like I don't play with that area. I don't think that was a very I did not enjoy that add-on. It also added a new character, and I love the new character class, but the Crimson Court itself kind of takes over and changes too much of the game for me.
Gotcha.
Oh, see, Diablo. I will always get DLC for Diablo.
Oh yeah. I think
Always.
that's a unanimous thing on this call. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
D3. Yep. Yeah, toss a new
they-
class in there. Want to put a druid in there? Want to put a?
They did that tomorrow, I would buy it, and I'd be playing Diablo 3 tomorrow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Give
Yep.
me another class to play with because we've played that game so much. We
Mhm.
need something new. We need new areas. We need new classes, or we just need Diablo 4. Whatever you're gonna do.
Blizzard, please. Yeah. Anything you're like looking forward to DLC wise? Anything coming up that you can think of?
There's more Darkest Dungeon DLC coming up.
Yep.
Can't remember what it's called, but it's like Color in Space or something like that. It's
Yeah, it was like all black and this
Yeah.
like cyan teal glowy
it's like a
looking
meteor,
shit.
crashes on a farm, and there's a bunch of mutated shit.
That seems good.
Yep, I'm there.
Sea of Thieves is going to be adding microtransactions soon, and I'm like, oh, please just be reasonable with it. Like, don't.
Sounds like
Just
they're
be-
going to.
Be kind of cool about it. I'll buy a little parrot for my shoulder or something. Like,
Yes.
I'll do that.
Do it.
They don't have any in-game ways to gain advantages over other players as it is. I can't imagine the DLC is going to change that.
Yep.
They seem like they're very committed to keeping everyone on a level playing field. So I can't imagine it being like a pay-to-win situation.
They've come out and said as much. Like I think right now they have like pets planned, and like more cosmetic stuff, but it's not going to be.
Yeah. So
the only thing I'm worried about is like that's my biggest criticism of the game right now is for a game where all the progression is horizontal. It's just how cool can you make your pirate look? How much can you customize them? There's not a ton there. Like there's not a whole. I need more dresses for my dollies. Rare, if you're listening. And I don't want that to just be like, well, we're gonna add a whole bunch, but they're all $4.99 or whatever, and there's not a way to just earn them in game with the gold that you're grinding for. Like that would kind of bum me out, but we'll see. So far they've been like super reactive to community feedback. They've already changed 2 major things about the game. Well, one's in the game now, and the second one they're going to be talking about this coming week. But like they've been listening, so I'm hoping that.
What one's in the game now?
They changed. It was a planned feature that was going to come in the first update. It was the death tax.
Yeah,
they were gonna start charging players money for dying, not money, real money, gold in game. Is a way to kind of dissuade like certain dumb maneuvers where you just suicide into the side of a boat with a exploding barrel and stuff. But the community was like, this is what makes the game fun, is that you can just kind of come up with your own ways to do stuff, try ridiculous shit, shoot yourself out of a cannon, You don't want disincentive for being goofy. Right. Yeah. So they killed it. They were like, yeah, we screwed up the messaging around this, because like everyone found out about this at the end of like a patch notes thing. That was just like, oh, by the way, this is coming. No explanation of what their thought process was around it or whatever. So they owned up to that. They're like, yeah, we screwed up this.
I thought their phrasing was interesting on that, because it wasn't like, oh, this was a bad idea. It was like, hey, we messaged this to you wrong. We packaged this to you wrong. Almost like, oh, you guys didn't get it. You guys don't understand. So I guess we won't give it to you now. Like, it was a weird, carefully phrased thing.
I kind of get where they're coming from though, because if that were spun the right way, if there was like, if we could see what they were trying to accomplish with that, maybe the community would have had a different reaction to it. Because maybe if they were like, hey, isn't it kind of annoying that you can just throw yourselves at these skeletons over and over and over again, and there isn't really any penalty for that? I don't know. There could have been a way to sell it.
I think they had said that there was not going to be any tax for like getting killed by a player.
They did, yeah. They mentioned that,
which seems good, because you don't want to give any people, more reasons to grief someone or to grief them worse.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, it is a little weird phrasing. The quote is, letting everyone know we've heard the feedback. The proposed death cost in Sea of Thieves is dead. We messed up the messaging around this, and it's now gone.
Yeah.
So they listen to feedback, but then something about messaging is weird. I don't know.
I think they're just saying like, hey, we shouldn't have put this out here to just let you guess what it was. We should have told you what the whole feature was and explained our whole philosophy behind it before just dumping at the end of some. Just leaving this.
But the main important part is that they listened to feedback and they changed.
Yeah, a big thing right now is the way that people respawn. Like right now, you respawn at an island not far from where you died with a fresh ship when you get sunk. And it leads to just kind of this weird tug of war where like you kill someone and now your ship is weaker because you've had to patch it up. You've had to use your resources to defeat them.
And they get a new ship.
And they get a fresh ship and just sail right to you and make you fight them again. So maybe you defeat them the second time, and now you're weaker again for it. And it's like
the early curses in Heroes of the Storm. Cursed Hollow. It's like, yep, we lost the fight, so we're going to respawn and come back full and kill you.
Yep.
We lost first, so we win.
If they just have someone who can poke long enough to interrupt the cast or whatever, then we're just going to drag this out until 20 minutes in. We'll still be fighting over the first curse. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So there's been some proposed stuff by the community to like, okay, after your first death, it's fine, you're within this radius, but the second one, pushes you back even further and further and further, and eventually, you know, you'll be spawning on the other side of the map. It'll take you 10 minutes to get, you know, across it or whatever, and yeah. So we'll see. They're supposed to announce that this week. For $4.99, you'll get better death spawn timers. Just kidding. Yeah, I think that's gonna tie us up for the show, guys. It's been a week. Next week's gonna be better because we're gonna have something new for video chat, and you're gonna see all of our beautiful faces just like normal. It'll be great.
It's gonna be the best podcast.
It's gonna be the best podcast.
This next Skype update, man.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
Gonna knock your socks off.
Yeah, Skype is dead to me. But hey, you know what? You can still find the show at questlogcast.com. You can get video, audio. We'll Morse code send it over to you if you want. Just kidding, we won't do that yet. But yeah, check it out. Check it out there. Follow us on Twitter at questlogcast. Send us an email, won't you, at mail@questlogcast.com. Tell us what your favorite part of the video was that you missed this week. And check out Visitors Music, because we got it at the top and bottom in the middle of the show, and it's really good. You can find it at visitor.bandcamp.com. That's all I got, guys. I'm going to go sail a ship and drown my sorrows literally in the ocean. So, see you next week.
Take care.
Yep. Have a good one.